Night after night, a devotional on God's faithfulness in the night, key scripture. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge. When the night speaks, the night is often misunderstood. To many people, night represents silence, loneliness, fear, or uncertainty. It is the time when burdens feel heavier, when unanswered questions echo louder, and when the heart wrestles with hidden concerns. Yet Scripture reveals a different truth. Night is not empty, night is not abandoned. Night is not wasted. According to Psalm 19, night after night reveals knowledge. Even when the world grows quiet and darkness spreads across the earth, God is still speaking. Night carries wisdom. Night carries revelation. Night carries divine encounters. Some of the greatest moments in Scripture happened in the night. Jacob wrestled with God in the night. Samuel heard God's voice in the night. Paul and Silas worshiped in the night. Jesus often prayed through the night. Night is not simply the absence of day. Night is another classroom of God. Night after night, God remains faithful. Every night that comes is a reminder of God's unchanging rhythm of creation. No matter how difficult the day has been, night arrives with a quiet whisper. God is still in control. The night reminds us that life moves in seasons. Pain will not last forever. Storms will not last forever. Just as night eventually gives way to morning, every dark season in life carries the promise of a coming dawn. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Night teaches patience. Night teaches trust. Night teaches surrender. Night is God's time for restoration. While the body sleeps, God continues working. The night is when the body heals, when strength is renewed, when the mind resets. Even creation reflects God's design for restoration through rest. But spiritual restoration also happens in the night. God ministers to the heart when the noise of the world fades. In the quiet hours, prayers become deeper, faith becomes clearer, God's voice becomes easier to hear. Many believers testify that some of their most profound encounters with God occurred late at night when the world was silent. Night is a time for divine encounters. Throughout Scripture, God often speaks in the night. Jacob received a divine visitation in the night. Samuel heard God's voice while lying down at night. The shepherds received the announcement of Christ's birth during the night. Night becomes sacred when hearts remain attentive. Sometimes when everything around us grows quiet, God begins to speak the loudest. Night does not mean God is left. Many people feel most alone during the night, but the Bible repeatedly reminds us God never abandons his people in darkness. The darkness and the light are both alike to you. To God, darkness is not a barrier. He sees clearly. He guides faithfully. He protects continuously. Even when we cannot see him, he's still watching over us. Night prepares the way for morning. Night is never permanent. Every night carries within it the promise of sunrise. No darkness has ever defeated the dawn. God designed creation so that night would always surrender to morning. This rhythm is a daily reminder that hope always returns. Your difficult season will pass. Your prayer will be answered. Your waiting will not be wasted. Morning is already on its way.